Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 25, if I can get that out today. We're checking out a new map here called, I believe it, I know I'm going to slaughter this one way or another, but I'm just going to go with it. Amever Farms is what the name of this map is called. To be honest, I don't remember if it's in the in-game mod hub or I found it through kingmods.net. I don't remember. I apologize, but yeah. So, this is our homestead. Definitely needs a nice, good, thorough mowing. And this is our equipment. This is all we start with. I'm wasting diesel here, so let's go ahead and shut that off. Get into first-person mode here. We do have this beautiful farmhouse. I kind of wish I had an interior, but, you know, it is what it is. Definitely looks like it's the, or very similar to the to the farmhouse from 22. Yeah. So we have our John Deere and a water tank. That's it. And I have two fields that are ready to be harvested. So yeah, this is our barn. Nothing up here. Okay, that's weird texture. That is really weird. Okay, we're not going to be up here much longer. So what do we start with if we just have a John Deere tractor and a water tank? Well, new animal, at least on this map, rabbits. So we're just going to walk over here and legitimately we get rabbits. Oh, Hase? As you can see here, it's not designed to be an English map, but I kind of like the look of it initially, so that's why we're doing it. And then that's the other option, basically the adult, or no, male, I guess, is what I'm going to go with. I don't speak what looks to be German, so if you can, great. Let me know what it says. You'll just have to pause for all that. So speaking of animals, apparently I'm not quite sure what it takes. We're just gonna have to figure that out some way or another. So I'm assuming maybe corn, silage. I really don't know. Like I said, I don't speak German by any means. I think I can count to 3, and that's it. But aside from that, we do have a nice little dock out here on the river. So let's take a quick look at things. So here's where we're at. So yeah, it's definitely a nice, big, long river. From one side of the map to the other and another. So as far as what we own field 21, field 12, and field 50. Well, plot 50, I guess is the correct term, because it's not a field, it's our farmyard. We do have, obviously, that's the rabbit stall, but we do have 2 large tarp greenhouses. If I can get it selected. Nope. Come on. Cooperate with me here. There we go. So yeah, we do own those. We got water in both. They were full, so they are definitely using up water. Basically, chili peppers, garlic, lettuce, Napa cabbage, spring onions, strawberries, and tomatoes. Right now, we are just storing them, but they are in process. And let's go over and take a quick look. Yeah, oh, look, a barge going through our lovely scene. But it is nice that we do have that. Don't really see that too often. I don't know what I tagged, but okay. So yeah, over here, obviously we don't have the tarp over it, but it's spring or late summer. I almost said springtime. Probably because one of my other gameplays in spring. But yeah, so I have the same thing growing in both, and I definitely need to get a lawnmower out here. Yikes! It's almost getting to the point of needing a brush hog. Oh, it's just the house that I tagged. Let's go take a look we're going to get that unhooked. Because this is, like I said, our only mode of transportation. Like, I'm hitting tab to go between vehicles and nothing. So I'm assuming that is definitely property across that we can invest in eventually. We do have this paddock over here, but what it is, I don't know. Probably because we don't own the land, so. Yeah, it's actually not designated as a paddock. So, yeah. That is 1.1 million. Holy crap. Yeah, so if we wanted to buy the rest of our plot, yeah, we can do that. Because if we invest in, well, any kind of machinery at this point, we have nowhere to put it. Unless we buy this and we just remove the fencing and all of that. That's ready to harvest. Let's put those things on. Oh yeah, this is canola and it is good to go. It definitely needs harvested like now. Let's go take a look at the other plot of land that we own. Should be across this bridge. Oh, that's a fancy bridge. That's a steep angle too. Yikes. We're gonna have to be careful about the equipment that we purchase, because that's gonna be a tight fit. And yep, that's what she said too. Whoa, right over the edge. Let's see here. Wheat. Looks good. No idea what the previous owner did with this, but doesn't look to be the greatest, but then again, you know, looks can be very deceiving. So I think we're just gonna have to, I don't want to say invest, but I think we'll lease a harvester. Creek Hollow BGA. Interesting that it's there, not like at an intersection, but okay. What's the percentage of grade, huh? You got the sign there for steep grade, but you don't give the percentage. Yeah, we're really going to be careful about the equipment that we buy. Whoa! Got some air there. So there's the name of the farm, which I should have already had plastered when I do my edits across the screen, just so you guys know, how to spell it and how to at least look it up. So what does this other sign say? Oh, great. Something about probably geese that I can't read in English. Lovely, but there's a QR code. Maybe off screen I might look into that and see what it says, but oh well. It's definitely a cow pasture there. So I think eventually we may end up looking into getting probably just a flatbed for this. So that way when we start getting these and we populate them, we can sell them to wherever we feel is the best. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on that water though. They are definitely cranking through the water. Let's enable flight mode and take a look at this map, because just the home plot here just looks amazing. Like I said, I do need to get a brush hog or something like that. So the $1.1 million, I believe, is all this land with these barns and such on it, if I'm not mistaken, which is amazing. Plus, it looks like a pig field over there. I think either a horse. I'm assuming this is a horse paddock over here with the way that barn looks. So that's probably either chickens, maybe? That could be a chicken chicken area, which would be amazing. But yeah, it definitely looks amazing with just how everything looks. It's all very similar. Um, to me, definitely gives me that, American farmyard type of feel. But man, there's a bee all the way up here. Yeah, this is definitely a nice looking map. And I'm not just saying that to say it, but it definitely just really looks amazing. It looks like across the map, they've gotten a lot of the same kind of barns and whatnot going on. So that's kind of nice to have that nice flow of everything. Not a big fan of. Well, that's interesting. Oh, because that's a tunnel for the cars. I got you. I'm not a big fan of the border here. Very distinct, very clear. That's just my personal preference. I do like to be able to look off to the, when you're looking towards the edge of the map or you're near, it's a little bit harder to distinguish. But I get it. A lot of people don't want to put the time and effort into kind of putting up a faux look to the edge. I'm not going to ding anyone for that. It's just my personal preference of, when you get close to the edge. But some people might say, oh, it's ruining my immersion. But yeah. Over here, we do have the shop. I believe we have a sell point over here as well. Well, yeah, that is a sell point for certain. That's like the farmer's market or indoor farmer's market, I believe. I will say it's interesting. Is there a gate over here? No gate. But you have this road that kind of comes up here and just stops. That's kind of dumb. I would probably get rid of at least 3. Just have an opening there. Or maybe throw a gate in there somewhere. But just my 2 cents on that. Looks like repair shop they have over here. So of course from the base game or base map, they got the shop and then the repair shop, which I do like the way they have it set up here. And then we have a very similar play area that we have back at the house. Nice little neighborhood. Looks like it was made up. Loading zone, huh? You got some homes over here. So for those of you who like to do contracts and whatnot for mowing purposes, you do have some areas to do that. It's kind of all here in the same area. Even some business mowing, which may be more up your field, line of, area of expertise, or what you prefer to do. But yeah. Could always make the argument that some of these homes are company bought and you're just kind of helping them out. But yeah, the fields are decent size, in my opinion. I've been trying to scale back and not do near as much large scale farming, but more small to mid-grade farming in terms of size. Creek Hollow Harbor. Ooh. Interesting bridge. Speed limit 15. Interesting that if this is supposed to be European, that they, in my opinion, I see that as miles per hour. But you also see signs like that very much in Europe, as well as this whole deal with the signs and whatnot. But we may have to go driving on these roads here, get in one of our old school pickups and just go cruising one day. Checking out some of these maps. Because, I mean, just the details that I'm seeing, like all the trees everywhere. Hello, train. No horn, no nothing. Ooh. Even have a, well, I guess technically a non-working one, but I don't think there's any way to actually have those working on a map. I'm not a modder, so I can't say from experience one way or the other. But no, just the details on this map just look stunning and amazing. I can't remember what. Well, I may not have any particular skybox or lighting effect going on, because I do have a mod. I think it's a mod where you can kind of select what lighting effects you want depending on the farm you're at, type of deal. Or if there's a particular effects that you like, say from Riverbend Springs, you can have that applied to all instead of whatever, like if this has its own, that kind of thing. But yeah, did I really? There's no collision there. Maybe it's just because I'm flying, but yeah, there's no collision on that. There is on that one. That's kind of strange. Yeah, nothing in the roof either. Whee! Okay. Very similar to, well, same house as what we have on our plot of land, but yet, aliens maybe? Hey, buddy, you might want to check a few things on your map and update it next time you get a chance. Not that it's gonna, bother me at all. If I were to buy this property, I'd probably just bring up the land to kind of fill that in, or just put bushes around it. Whatever. Again, nice to know that there are several different farms on this map. And ours is, oh, right there. So yeah, it looks like at least 2 different areas. I don't have the description pulled up or anything, so I do apologize. But you can kind of see it as, I think it's a standard size map from looking at it from up here. And if you guys like to do rock crawling on your buggies or anything like that, or any vehicles you got, looks like you have the opportunity over here. Wait, is that a... Don't tell me. Is that... Okay. That's interesting. Let's come in here. Okay, nothing there. That just kind of seems to be a platform setup. Do they... It appears like they have a roller coaster that goes through the mine. Or I'm assuming to be a mine. Or it's just tracks for it. Whoa. Alright, let's turn that off. I'm curious. We're exploring today. Oh, it just goes there. Ooh, piece of candy. I'm assuming that says that there's 10 of these around the map. Because that gave us $100,000. So you know where to find at least one of them. Was not expecting that by any means. Just kind of looking over here in the corners and everything, see if there's another one hiding somewhere. Oh, I didn't even see that. Spooky. Different kind of stone it looks like. So if you really wanted to, you can come up here and collect stone. Ooh, TNT. Can I light it? Please? Please? Oh. Let's follow this around. Because this, honestly, yeah, it is. They do kind of have a look of a unfinished roller coaster, so that's got to be something that we can complete out for buildable. This seems like it might be part of it, but it may just be the looks and aesthetics feel of it. Nothing really in here. I have a feeling up here goes to nothing. Yeah, it seems like they definitely tried to... Oh, it just kind of circles back around. They definitely tried to give it a look of a, like a mine coaster type of deal. So, that is pretty cool that they did that. I'm just following this around just because, exploring, trying to take a look at certain things, not every map's going to have this. I think, Honestly, I think one of the things I'm going to try to focus on with this for the next video is, well, first of all, we have to harvest that crop that we have out in the field. Both crops. Thankfully, we should be able to use the same harvester for that. Can I jump over you, please? There we go. Okay, nothing but a couple of shattered bones. Yeah, it definitely looks like the roller coaster from oh crap, what's that map in 22 that brought basically a pure forestry map. That kind of is what that reminds me of. I'm just wondering if it's a buildable that we can complete. I said I wasn't very smart and I didn't open up the PDF about this map, so I do apologize. Didn't quite come fully prepared. Yeah, that's just the main road. Okay, maybe. Yeah, okay, there it is. Yeah, this is a buildable. So it is the roller coaster that we can rebuild. So that's pretty cool. Did not expect to see that on this map. I do kind of wish that a lot of this stuff was more in English or had an option for English than what it does, but again, it is what it is. Looks like one of our people that we can talk to are over here in the chicken villa, apparently. So we got a few things that we can do around here. I think this will be an interesting map to spend some time in. It's going to take me a hot minute, like I said a couple times already, is we have to be careful about what we buy because our farm's right there. We have a field over here, which means we have to cross this bridge. It seems like to get across any other bridge, maybe this one, we'd kind of have to go a little ways out of our way to get to it. So it's going to be one of those things that we're just going to either have to purchase stuff and leave it over here, build a barn or something like that. Wow, like that over here. And keep it over on that side of the river. That would suck because it means we'd have at least 2 different sets of equipment. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So I think we're going to call the video there, guys. So as always, if you happen to like what you see, if you catch yourself watching more than one of my videos, please do us both a favor and hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. That bell will let you be notified of every single video I post, and not just like you here and there. If you made it this far in the video, I want to say thank you, and I greatly appreciate each and every single one of you. I do truly hope that you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and we will catch you next episode. So as always, take care. Peace.